Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
That's the ease at which you get information. You're always connected and informed. So if you're diabetic and still using old technology and finger pricks, what are you waiting for? U.S. Med carries the highest quality continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. Call 1-888-US-MED-17 today. That's 1-888-US-MED-17 today. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. We're doing it again, man. We're getting together with Washington State Council of Firefighters, Operation Warm. We want to put new coats on kids that need them this season. Look, with COVID and everything, the last thing we need are kids getting sick because they don't have the proper clothing. Let's get coats on these kids. $20 puts a brand new coat on a kid.
And shout out to some people stepping up now. Some donating $20, like Lawrence F. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Lawrence.
John just joined the 69 crew, $69 or $71 because sometimes you can click on the I'll cover the things and charges and things like that.
Nice.
Yeah, Brianna Allen, member of the 69 crew as well.
Love that.
But I got to give massive shout out to Megan. Megan Winnie donated $205
Megan.
for kids. That's going to go a long way. That's 10 brand new coats, BJ.
That's awesome. Our goal is to raise $35,000. We want to get over 1,700 coats done. These kids need them. And if you want to help out, and any bid counts, even if it's $1, get it out there. Or please at least share this on your social networks because maybe your friends could help out. If you want to donate, go to KISW.com today.
Let's play B-Migs. It's time to play the game. So everybody scream his name. B-Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa, B-Migs, you're a loser. It is time to B-Migs. What is Wednesday? So maybe Steve could get whacked instead.
Whack it.
Let me see everybody do their Mr. Wacky then. All right.
I was the whacker this morning.
Whack
True. That was not the case. You whacked. You were a whacking fool earlier today.
Thank you very much.
Made it happen.
Yes, I think you were agreeing with him. I can't really tell.
Yeah. I was disagreeing with what I said and then agreeing with what he said, but it didn't sound right because, well, I said it.
You know what?
Yeah.
It's just amazing how you continue to be a professional.
Well, let's see how I can read these questions. Let's get to our contestant. We got Lance and Bothell. Lance, are you there?
I am here.
Excellent.
Ready to do some whacking.
Nice.
Wacky.
All right, Steve, get out of here. For those playing at home, Lance will have 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. Lance, you can pass all you want, but you'll only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
What 2 actors co-starred alongside each other in the romantic comedy 50 First Dates?
Drew Barrymore and Adam Sandler.
Yes. What is the official language of Guatemala?
Spanish.
Yes. What is a body of water that surrounds a castle called?
A moat.
Yes. The internet abbreviation AFAIK stands for as far as what?
I'm concerned.
No.
As far as I know.
Yes. Kirk Hammett notably plays lead guitar for which band?
Metallica.
Yes. What was the subtitle of the latest Terminator movie?
Oh, God, I don't know. End of Days.
No.
Apocalypse.
No.
I don't know. Pass.
Who was assassinated to make Andrew Johnson the 17th president?
Pass.
Devil's Tower National Monument is located in
Wyoming.
what? Yes. What is the name of the lead character in the book The Hobbit?
Bilbo Baggins.
Yes. What year of the early 1920s saw the start of Prohibition in the U.S.?
21, 2, 3.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Correct.
Ooh, could that be the difference maker?
It very well could be. You got 4 guesses there, and unfortunately, you didn't get that one there.
Oh.
Got a couple of the other ones that I thought he wouldn't get. That I don't think Steve will get.
Oh, all right. There you go.
So
So
this
say
will be-
you don't know Lance. How do you know he couldn't get anything?
Yeah.
I mean, look at you making a judgment.
Him and
of
Lance
people.
go way back.
Yeah, we go
Yeah.
way back.
I mean, I could see thinking Steve might not know stuff, but Lance, you don't know Lance.
That's
I don't know his
true.
backstory.
Steve, you and I go way back to the short bus to the Super Bowl days.
Oh, one of the greatest and probably could never do that promotions ever again, where we got a small bus, and I think it was like 6 or 8 listeners traveled in that bus to go to the Super Bowl in Miami, but it was like Survivor style. So during the trip, which took like a week or so to do, you would get voted off and get dropped off at our local Greyhound station. That's how you got back. No!
Wow.
I love this, and I want to do it.
Oh, it was dude, it was the coolest thing ever. It was like, and so we would check in with them and have them play games and do different things during this trip to Miami, and then it would end up with one person getting to go to the Super Bowl.
Wow. That's amazing.
Which wasn't me.
Yeah, I don't remember who won it, man. How far did you make it?
I made it to Kansas City.
And then you had to bus back?
Well, no, I made him give me the cash equivalent, and I flew back.
You're smarter than most.
My brother lives there, so I hung out with him for a few days and then flew home.
That's awesome. Dude, what a blast from the past, man. That's awesome.
All right, Steve.
Right on.
Are you ready? That is so cool. What 2 actors co-starred alongside each other in the romantic comedy 51st Dates?
Drew Barrymore, Adam Sandler.
Yes. What is
Great
the
movie.
official language of Guatemala?
Spanish.
Yes. What is the body of water that surrounds a castle called?
A moat.
Yes.
I want one.
The internet abbreviation AFAIK stands for as far as what?
I know it.
No.
I know.
Yes.
As far as I know.
Kirk Hammett notably plays lead guitar for which band? Wow.
Metallica.
Yes. What was the subtitle of the latest Terminator movie?
Don't watch it.
No.
New day.
No.
New beginnings.
No. Who was assassinated to make Andrew Johnson the 17th president?
Lincoln.
Yes. Devil's Tower National Monument is located in what U.S. state?
Missouri.
No.
Wyoming.
Yes. What is the name of the lead character in the book The Hobbit?
Oh, Bilbo Baggins.
Yes. What year of the early 1920s saw the start of Prohibition in the U.S.?
What?
What year of the early 1920s saw...
1921.
No.
Damn it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You win! 8-7.
Sorry,
How did I
Lance.
not guess Lincoln? My gosh.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too, Lance. I was like, man, he's going to kick himself for that one.
Oh, well.
All right.
Thanks, man. Good game, Steve.
Right on, my man. See you on the short bus.
Yeah.
At least he doesn't get dropped off in Kansas City this time.
He's got a brother there, though.
What a genius move. I didn't even realize he did that. I probably did, but it's been so many years. He's like, hey, give me the cash equivalent of what you're going to give me for that Greyhound ticket, and I'll buy a plane ticket.
That is so
It's a
smart.
great idea.
The one that both of you missed, what year the early 1920s saw the start of Prohibition in the U.S.? Lance guessed everything but the right one. It was 1920. Yep. And what is the subtitle to the latest Terminator movie? Does anybody know this?
I was going to say Salvation.
No, that was earlier. That was the one with Christian Bale, I think.
Is it Redemption?
No, it's 2 words, 8 letters.
Be back.
No.
Terminator. Be back.
I'll know when you say it.
Dark Fate.
Oh.
That was the one with Linda and the girl power stuff and all of that.
Oh, okay. So it was the latest one.
Yeah, that's why I said the latest one.
Oh, you did say the latest one.
did,
Yeah.
Well, then, you know what? I got that answer wrong on every level.
All right, then. Well, Steve, you did, but you won, so congrats.
Dark Fate. Let's go, Steve.
Hell yeah, man.
All right, so turns out Matthew McConaughey and his mom, for a while, they were not all right.
They were beefing.
Yeah, they were beefing, and it started when he became famous back in the 90s. He found out that his mom was sharing personal stories about him with tabloid magazines and TV shows. Gosh, and how about that? Right when he's just starting to hit it big in Hollywood, she's pulling this move, and here they are talking about it.
Famous after Time to Kill. I started my weekly Sunday call home to call my mother, and I would share things with her, and we could not completely laugh at it. But some of those things I would share might show up in the 6 o'clock news 3 days later.
Yeah, I was enjoying his fame more than he was, I guess.
I love her.
When she
So she wasn't trying to be a jerk. She was just trying to get attention as well.
I guess she was selling it to the tabloids, though, so she was getting some cash, too.
Was she selling it, or was she just, like, sharing it?
Well, that's an interesting point. You're right, Steve. I just assumed she was getting paid, but you're right. She might have just been doing it for fun.
Because I think I'd be less angry at my mom if she was just sharing it than if she was selling it. Because I feel like selling, then you're just kind of being a jerk. You're trying to make money by making me look bad. Whereas if you're just sharing it, I almost think, oh, you're just excited about this newfound celebrity world, and you just kind of want to be a part of it.
What a free deal for the tabloids, because usually they pay people for that information.
Tell us about your son.
Well, and at that point, too, it's like that would be totally be my mom. And I would actually argue that she would think it was a way of bragging about me.
Yeah.
Like, oh, he did this. Well, and not even think that it was wrong. And it's like, Mom,
see, I think my dad would probably do the same thing, but then he would also, like, he tends to exaggerate things and then believe it's true. And then next thing you know, he's going to be like, oh, yeah, my son, he saved a bunch of people on a ferry in Washington. I don't know if you guys know that. It was sinking, and he put them on his back, and he swam them to West Seattle.
Yeah, that's always a beating when you're going like, what? No, I didn't do that.
Sometimes I look at my parents and they say something, and I'm like, and that never happened.
Yeah.
And then there are things that did happen, and they're like, we have no recollection of that. I'm like, okay, well, we're just making things up at this point.
Yeah, at this point, I don't know who I'm talking to. You might as well be anybody's parents at this point.
But I feel like Danny might be very, I think that she was, I don't know his mom, but it almost sounds like she was very proud, but also probably also like the attention.
Yeah, and for it took a while for him to trust her. He said for a long time, he was like, yeah, I'm just not going to share things with you.
There was years there where I would not share things with her because I was, again, finding my own balance, building my own ship. And I was like, look, Mom, loose lips will sink ships. There are a lot of people that would like to know these things, that it's none of their business. I was not able to talk to her as my mom for about 8 years. And then I got my career stabilized enough where I didn't feel like she could sink it. And then I just took the reins off and said, Mom, hit that red carpet, talk to all of them, tell them all the stories you want. And she's been great about it ever since.
Have fun with it now, Mom.
Isn't that something? Like, what did he do to stabilize his situation that there's nothing he could tell his mom that he would care that she would reveal? Or is he just, in his own way, still keeping stuff from her?
Or is the all right come from that? Like, how are things going? All right. And then he doesn't share anything. That's it.
I think you're right.
That's great. His conversation with Mom lasts like 2 minutes for 8 years.
Yeah, it's because she's probably pissed, like, I can't believe you don't share anything with him anymore. He's like, you're right, I'll share things with you, you're right, but he really doesn't, but he pretends that he does.
For those that have, I tell you bring your kids in, but then this would defeat the whole thing. Are there things you keep from your parents or your mom or whoever in your life because you just don't want to deal with the headache?
Oh, Joey Dees has. I mean, I've learned stuff about him on this show, and I tell my wife, and she's like, he did that? He never tells something. Sarah, on the other hand...
She's an open book.
Well, there are some things she hasn't told me, like, like what she does when she gets drunk, because she knows I don't like it when she's crazy when she's drunk.
Well, luckily, if we're around, we tell you then.
Yeah. Like hearing that story earlier was she basically just destroyed a bunch of glasses and trays and knocked over crap and candles at a club. That's usually her birthday party. And she goes, why don't you come to my birthday party? I go, that's why I don't come to your birthday party. I don't want to be around for that ridiculousness.
It's chaos.
Yeah.
That's why I need to go to one of those birthday parties.
If you love chaos, you got to go to one of Sarah's parties when we can do it again.
So, Joe, like, there are things you shared on the air that you never would have thought that you would share with your parents?
Yeah, I think things from when I was younger, things that I kind of try to hide so I wouldn't get in trouble, maybe busted for watching a certain channel on TV I'm not supposed to watch.
PBS. We all hate PBS.
And then later on, it was more like Vegas trips and things I do on Vegas trips. Mm-hmm. Talking to your dad about going to the strip club is not a father-son bonding moment.
No?
For some it is, but you know your father. I don't want to know those stories. I really don't. I like to hear about the winnings and how you really ruled at, the poker table. That's cool.
Because even to this day, there are certain things I share on my Facebook page that I purposely will make it a point. I'll click on the settings so I can block my family from seeing it, because I just do not want to deal with the headache. It's like if it's a hockey related post of me wearing my hockey gear, anything that puts me in harm's way, wrestling especially, because then I get the phone call and we're worried about you. You could get hurt doing these things. I'm like, yes, of course, I know that, but Dad gets hurt crossing the street while texting on his phone. We could get hurt doing many things. I just don't want to have to deal with that. So it's like I'm not. I'm purposely hiding it from them, but it's more so because I just don't want to. I get that they care and they're worried, but at some point it's like, guys, I've gone this far in my life. I think I'm okay.
Yeah, and that's the thing as a parent. Now that you're a parent, you're going to have to learn that skill.
Oh, yeah, I already blocked Tatum from seeing certain posts on my
good.
Facebook as well. Because she was being way too concerned.
Yeah, but that's not what I meant there, Mr. Guy. You know what? We all turn into our parents.
I know.
So...
And it's all because they care. But sometimes they say it in ways that's very insulting.
Well, I would argue, though, Steve...
When are you going to grow up and stop playing sports?
I would argue...
Okay.
But here's the thing, I know it's so dumb, but I would argue it's not that they care; they're afraid. They don't want to deal with losing you. It's really a selfish thing as opposed because I had to go through this myself being in therapy because I would complain about my kids, and the therapist would go, "Are you really worried about them, or are you afraid of what you deal with if in fact you don't stop them from getting hurt?" And then we explored it, and it was like, "Oh yeah, I don't want people to think I was a bad parent because I let my kid do something that I could have prevented. I don't want to hear that and feel guilty and feel the pain of when in reality it's like it's not my choice. Kids get to do whatever they want."
Right.
See, for me, my mom is just over dramatic about everything. So I don't tell my mom daily things in terms of I remember one time I was like, "Yeah, Mom, me and my friend Scott, we're going to go fishing." "You're going fishing? Why are you going to do that?" And I was like,
"Well, why not?
Because we want to go fishing."
Yeah,
but
what's wrong with that?
That's
what was
literally
her fear?
everything.
Was there a fear?
There's no fear. She was just
I thought maybe she was worried about the whales that you're scared of.
That's actually probably true, number one, but it was in a lake, so I think we are good.
There's no guarantees.
That's true.
Yeah, it's sort of like the tone of her voice is, "You shouldn't go fishing. That's not what you like."
Or just yeah, exactly. And it was just
judgmental thing.
Yeah, and it was just well, okay. So I just stopped telling my mom everything, and it's will become one of those things. It's more of when it's essential. That's when I'll tell my mom something.
How about someone says I didn't tell my mom I deliver a pot on the side? She thinks I'm doing DoorDash.
Well, I don't think you'd tell anybody that.
Kinda like
I mean, would you tell anybody that? I mean, that's still legal. I mean, it's
Well, is it? I mean, aren't there pot delivery places now?
Oh, if it's a legal situation, then why would that be I
Some
guess
people still have that stigma with marijuana.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it is legal. I was thinking this guy was doing it on the slide.
DoorDash, more like door hash, right, fellas?
I love it.
I mean, I would have given a whole nother joke if they said they were stripping on the side.
Oh, my.
Yeah. DoorDash, you mean more like... Never mind.
Oh, I was thinking. I was thinking Hordash.
Me too.
Oh, I was thinking something that rhymes with dash.
Oh,
get you.
okay, that works too, but we can't say that on the radio.
Wow.
So we'll just stick with Hordash.
Hordash, am I right, fellas?
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. All right, it is. Yep, you get to that part of the morning where you're getting this kind of entertainment.
The coffee's kicking in.
It's time for Listeners on the Loose. You can add to this kind of entertainment where you get to pick the topic, you get to guide the show, tell any dad joke, do whatever you want to do. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. Your calls, your texts at 917 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
That's the ease at which you get information. You're always connected and informed. So if you're diabetic and still using old technology and finger pricks, what are you waiting for? U.S. Med carries the highest quality continuous glucose monitors, which provide real-time readings of blood glucose levels. U.S. Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 500 private insurers. Call 1-888-US-MED-17 today. That's 1-888-US-MED-17 today. And manage your diabetes as easy as...
Hey, what's up, everyone? You find yourselves trying to get your Craig Mack on and put some brand new flavor in your ear? Well, funny you should mention that because we have a brand new show that you should check out. It is called Pod Sauce. It is your podcast discovery show.
Everyone's always looking for a podcast recommendation. We got lots of them for you, from true crime to pop culture. And you can join us each week as we dish on all of our favorite podcasts out there. So make sure you download the Odyssey app and search Pod Sauce, or head on over to podsauce.com.
We got you covered, guys.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. It's Listeners on the Loose. Brought to you by Hand and Stone Massage and Facial Spa. Listeners on the Loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. And when you get on, you've got to do what Steve says.
And that's to show some energy and bring it, BJ, or you will be gone. And then we'll say goodbye to you.
206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
I like this one. This is a simple question, but it says, hey, guys, what is something simple that you suck at doing? For me, it's blowing bubbles.
Oh.
Shuffling cards.
Oh, yeah,
I
you
am
do suck
terrible at that. I'm not. It's not even I'm terrible. I'm whatever terrible is times that by 1,000. I'm embarrassingly bad.
Yeah.
I've tried. I've spent time trying to do it because I'm like, this is like, it gives me anxiety. That's why I would probably have been a poker. No, I wouldn't say I've been a poker player. But I would have played more poker with my friends and done more things like where it's like, hey, come play poker. If I didn't have that like fear of having to shuffle the cards. When I know there's a dealer at whatever thing, I'm like, oh, we have a dealer. I'm like, great, I'm coming. Because then I don't have to worry about the shuffling.
Oh, yeah, good call.
Or I'd always befriend whoever's sitting next to me, like, hey, man, I know this sounds weird, but can you shuffle my cards? And I mean that in a very literal way.
Oh, yeah, baby, I'll shuffle your cards.
So that would be mine. It's simple. I can't do it. I never will, and I'm just okay with it.
Yeah. For me, it's just handyman stuff. I can't do anything like around the house at all that's handyman
I thought
stuff.
that was a euphemism. I was like, man,
well, you can't shuffle the
I can
cards.
fix that.
I can't handy it. Yeah, just can't do it. I mean, it's one of the sad things in my life. Everything I touch, I destroy, and it's just the simplest project I wreck. I just can't do anything like the average dude can do around the house.
This one's very simple and very odd, but I cannot get, like the USB plugins? I can't get that in the first try or the second try. It's always the third try, which is technically the first try. I don't understand.
Yeah, because it's really, you have a 50-50 shot.
I try it, doesn't work. I'm like, son of a bitch. Flip it over, try it again, doesn't work. I'm like, try it the other way again, and then it slides right in. I'm like, why didn't it work the first time?
I feel like you're not the only one with that problem. I feel like it's universal for a lot of people.
That's probably why it's why it's universal cereal bus.
Huh.
Yep. Oh.
I don't know that's what it is.
I honestly had no idea what the USB meant.
Yeah, see, it's a universal problem.
Huh. That's funny.
It's really sideways. I think if the people that if it's up and down, then the people that have installed the hole have installed it wrong. If you just you have the icon that shows how to hook it in there. There's two sides to the cord. So if you're doing up and down, it should be pretty much the top goes in the top. But when it's the sideways, when
it doesn't matter to me, man.
When it's vertical rather than horizontal, that's the problem. Then I can see we'd have a problem.
Even when I look at it, I'm like, oh, there's the dots. I got the right way, and then it doesn't work. I'm like, weird. Maybe there are dots on the other side too.
That's what I was about to say. Is like if you pay attention, sometimes it works.
Yeah, I think it's because the first time you stick it in, you don't want to go too hard.
Pardon me?
Yes.
Okay. So you're afraid of breaking it. So you're like, oh, it must be the other way because it didn't go in swiftly.
And you feel a little like you feel like a little bit of a trouble, and you're like, or whatever, and you're just like, all right, let me try the other way.
What are we talking about again?
Yeah, right. I don't know.
Yeah,
honestly.
I feel like you've described a part of my life that I'm still embarrassed about.
So it says the simple thing that I suck at: small talk. I'm with you on that one too.
That is me, absolutely. It's like one of those things like, hey, how's it going? And then I'm just standing there. I'm like, should we keep this going? And then I usually just walk away.
I was sitting next to some dude, and I was just like, so how do you think the Seahawks are going to do? It's like before the season even started. And the guy's like, what? And I'm like, I just suck at small talk. If I don't know you, I don't know what the hell to talk to you about. That's why it's funny when like listeners will come up and be like, is it weird that I know this about you? I'm like, no, it's so nice because I don't know I don't know how to talk to people I don't know. So it's like a great icebreaker.
Oh, so the fact that he knows something about you have subjects you can talk about.
Me.
Oh, that's
really about me.
That's really interesting.
At least it's a starter. It's it's an icebreaker.
That makes a lot of sense.
It's the greatest thing ever. It's always funny when someone feels like, oh, is it weird? I'm like, no, you don't understand how nice it is because if I didn't know you at all whatsoever and we had nothing to start with, I don't know if we'd ever have a conversation.
So I noticed Danny hasn't said anything. Is it because Danny thinks he's perfect and has no problems?
He's good at everything.
No, math. Any kind of math.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just terrible at math. Like
even like the basic?
Simple. I mean, 2 + 2, fine. That's 5. But beyond that, it's one of those things that I can't. Yeah, if you put any kind of like double numbers in front of me, I cannot figure it out in my mind.
So like if you were filling out like a thing for a tip on
my girlfriend does
take out. Oh, okay, because sometimes I had that moment of panic. Like I don't need. Don't talk to me while I'm trying to do math.
See, I don't even mess with it anymore. Or I'll just like put a big amount because at that point I'm like I'm going to try to tip big anyway, but I don't know what the right amount is.
Wow.
So a lot of times I'm just like it's $3. I'm going to give you $10.
Right, I could add 10 or 20 to anything.
Yeah, I like this. We should really start doing some financial stuff with Danny. I think this is a great plan.
Yeah, right. We'll do that segment after Todd Peach's segment. What to do and what not to do.
Yes.
I don't know if this counts as a simple thing, but I took many years of swimming lessons, and to this day, I cannot dive head first. Into a pool, into a lake, I panic at the last second, and I just kind of flail around and do a belly flop.
Belly flop.
I just get scared every time. I don't know why, but I just can't do it.
Yeah, I would say even I can do that, and I don't think I do it gracefully, but I do dive in head first. So that is, I think, a simple thing.
Next time we go to one of our radio conventions, we need to have a diving competition because there's always a pool at the hotel.
Is that before or after the shuffling competition?
Let's do that first.
Okay.
I don't need. No, let's get the shuffling out of the way. I don't want that in the back of my mind.
Okay,
Diving is dangerous.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. And you just want to see Vicky belly flop.
No, I want to actually see you dive since you're Mr. I Can Dive.
Well, it's not that difficult to dive head first.
Tell that to Vicky.
Can everybody else dive head first?
I have no idea if I can or can't. I've never done it.
I remember
You've
doing
never
it.
dove into a pool?
No, I always
Never?
I always belly flop it for fun or I cannonball it.
Even as a kid, you never did.
I might have. I don't remember that.
I don't know if I can either, actually.
Wow.
I don't remember. I don't remember any time in my life where I decided to jump up and dive head
Did
first
any of you
into
grow
a
up
pool.
with a pool in your yard?
Yes.
Okay. See, I would say if you didn't grow up with a pool in your yard, I could understand why you haven't.
I mean, it was one of those above ground ones. So it was
Yes, that's what I had too.
Yeah, but it was like there was really not much to do diving in there. You know what I mean? Like the ladder was kind of janky and you didn't want to stand on like the actual like the ledge or the of the pool itself because it was pretty thin, and you also could potentially break the pool.
It sounds like your father really loved you.
Well, I mean, enough to give me a pool.
Yeah, or an aquatic pit of death. Call it what you want. Tomato, tomato.
It's a win-win. Either he has a happy child or no child at all.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you come walking in and asking for a towel. He's like, oh, man, that stupid pool.
All right, somebody says earlier you guys mentioned that WAP song. Did you see the video of the kid that thought that the song was about holes in the house, not whores? LOL.
Yeah, this is actually one of the cuter videos you can find on TikTok, and it is making the rounds this weekend. Whitney posted this, and she's the mom of this young girl, and the daughter is asking about the holes in the house, and because from Cardi B's tune, and of course, like you said, that's not what it's. Cardi's not saying holes in the house.
Mommy?
Yes, sweetie?
Why don't they fix the house?
Which house?
The one that has the holes in them.
The holes in it? What do you mean?
The song that goes, there's holes in the house, there's holes in the house.
That's awesome.
At that point, you just say, I don't know why they haven't fixed those holes in the house.
I mean, first off, you're parent of the year that your kid is hearing this song?
No, I mean,
how is the kid exposed to this song? I don't think dad's listening to it, so this is all on mom.
Or sister.
You're right.
Sister,
she could have an older sister
or a brother.
She sounds very young, this kid. So I mean, yeah. And mom's like, what? I'm betting it's mom. I bet mom is listening to this song.
You think so?
That's my bet.
You don't think maybe one of the friends or like someone else?
It's possible, but for some reason, I just got a vibe.
Hey, somebody said, Vicky, I'm a swim instructor of 10 years. Let me teach you how to dive.
See, I've had instructors try to teach me. I would have to dive, and they would grab my ankles, so when I jumped, they would flip my legs up, so they would go up, and I still wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, I mean, this guy will probably grab your ankles.
Yeah, see, I think he wants to be a different kind of coach.
Oh, that's not fair. It's because how I asked the question. I mean, you can make anything sound dirty. He could be a very kind. He might have been more like, Vicky, I'm a swim instructor of 10 years. Let me teach you how to dive.
Oh, you sound like you're reading a children's book.
As opposed to Vicky, I'm a swim instructor of 10 years. Let me teach you how to dive.
Oh, I believe it's the latter.
Yeah.
I mean, we're in COVID right now, and anybody making an offer right now is COVID, Charlie. It's just like, I don't care if I catch anything. I just want to catch you.
Vicky, I lost my sense of taste. Let me teach you how to dive.
Oh. Wow. That's a real thing?
That was a text. Yeah.
Wow.
No, it wasn't. I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
I was combining COVID with the dive.
Yeah, you really that mind of yours. That mind of yours went to a very interesting place.
No taste at all.
Yeah.
All right, I can't type without looking at the keyboard. I've been typing for over 30 years.
Please just keep
that's I mean, it's at least that's less offensive. I think I went to a different place with the previous one.
Oh, they also said, I specialize in adults learning to swim.
Okay.
That's the guy.
That's the same guy. I know.
It is.
Really,
same number,
yeah,
same guy.
Yeah, it's the same guy. He specializes.
Usually for older adults who want to learn.
Yeah, see, it sounds real creepy. This person could be the nicest person in the world, but not anymore.
Right.
Not anymore.
Like a grandma or something.
It probably is. Yeah, older adults. Well, Vicky's not an older adult, number one, especially mentally. So
another time, Vicky, I'd like to grab your ankles. Oh, actually, that one is not a very appropriate text.
Yeah, don't finish that one, buddy.
Yeah,
you don't have to read that creepily.
Ignore the 425 one there, Vicky.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, that's lovely. Hey, here's some news. That I guess I mean, it's big news, but I haven't even been paying attention.
What's that?
Conan O'Brien is ending his talk show.
Oh.
In a way.
I don't think I've ever watched his talk show on, what is it, on the TNT channel?
TBS or TNT or whatever.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you definitely haven't. You didn't even know what channel it was on.
I've listened to his podcast more than I've watched his show in the last 10 years. I've never watched the show in 10 years.
Well, that's at least good news for him.
Yeah, but I've only listened to 4 episodes.
That's not the greatest news for him. Yeah, he says he's done being a late-night talk show host after nearly 3 decades of doing it. So he's going to finish his TBS series, Conan, at the completion of its 10th season in June of next year. But he's already signed on a new show that he's doing for HBO Max. So he's done with TNT, going to HBO Max, and he's going to do a weekly variety series.
Oh, I thought he was going to hang out with the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air cast. Because that's what they're doing right now on HBO Max.
Well, it could very well be. Why not? So, like the old school variety shows, like they'd have to come in and spinning plates and singing songs, and everybody's doing something different to entertain.
Ooh.
A comedian comes out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he does he should bring back all the bits that he used to do, like Triumph, the Incel Comic Dog. That's a variety show type vibe.
Maybe.
The Masturbating Bear.
Yeah.
Any of those.
It could happen. HBO Max, he can do anything he wants, so why not? And we don't know exactly any details. I'm making up stuff about what a variety show means. But, the old, I'm trying to think of the last variety show that was on TV that we know. I think of the Carol Burnett show in my time, and obviously Lawrence Welk back in the day, Ed Sullivan.
I mean, would you consider SNL a variety show? Or is that just a sketch comedy show?
A sketch comedy show.
But they don't always do sketches anymore. They have like digital bits, and they have bands. I know they've had bands forever, but...
I agree,
it's
Steve.
a variety of stuff.
It's probably the closest thing to a variety show we have. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
That I can think of. I can't think of any other. I mean, you have talent shows like America's Got Talent. That's close to a variety show because it's a variety of different forms of entertainment, but they're all amateurs, basically.
That's probably the closest we have to a variety show.
Yeah. Fox tried to do one with Ozzy and the family called The Osbournes Reloaded that was canceled after 1 episode in 2009.
How bad was that episode?
I want to see if I can find it.
Yeah, I don't know if I knew about that. I'd heard that he was doing another show, but then I never heard anything about it after the fact.
Well, now you know.
That's probably why.
How do you feel after your show airs once and they're like, yeah, we're not even going to bother showing all the other episodes we've recorded?
Yeah. That's how he felt.
Good answer.
I just made my mind one day. I was out of my mind for so long.
Yeah, that's exactly how Ozzy felt about the whole thing. Listeners on the loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999. We got more of your calls and more of your texts at 933 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Listeners on the loose, you pick the topic, you guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Somebody needs our advice. Actually, needs the advice of Vicky and Sarah.
All right, come on in, Sarah.
The ladies in 2 cents input and things along those lines.
Wait, not Danny's?
Shocking. They did not ask for Danny's.
What the heck?
But you know what, Danny? We're let you pipe in too.
Arguably, Danny's probably more qualified than those two to answer a question.
True.
About,
Thank you for recognizing.
And looking at this message or this text, I believe that Danny is guilty of this, so we'll find out. I noticed that my wife was getting naked pictures from her female friends on the phone. When I asked her about this, she said that we're trying to lose weight and they're showing each other how they've been progressing, and then admitted that she has sent naked photos of herself to her other girlfriends as well. That's just something that the ladies do. She also says that a lot of women do this. I was wondering if Vicky and Sarah can confirm, is this something that you do with your girlfriends?
Yes.
Oh. Totally normal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, Danny sends me naked pictures of himself, and I do it right back.
Yeah, Steve and Joe, I send them both all the time.
Dude, our group chat is lit.
Yes. It's another kind of meet group.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
We try to get the Rev into it, but he was not down.
Right.
BJ not down either.
Yeah.
We didn't even it's against his texting rules.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Don't bother me with your naked pictures.
No naked pictures of my son.
And
very important rule.
Are all of your and this is the only thing that would come to me in my brain is, are all of your friends heterosexual? Because I think that I would not send naked pictures to somebody who would be attracted to pictures of me naked, because that's not what you want to do. You're just sending pictures to show how you're doing with you're not trying to get anybody to think you're hot to have sex with, are you?
No, I do have a few friends that are bisexual, but we're in like sister mode at this point because we've known each other for so long. But a lot of times when we send each other pictures, it's like, hey, I want to send this to my husband. What do you think? Does it look good? or like, hey, I'm going to send a saucy picture to a dude. Hey, or look at this, like I've lost weight, that kind of thing. But
on average in a month, how many naked pictures are you getting from your girlfriends?
oh, not many. It's
Okay.
probably like only a few.
I mean,
like one or two, if that.
I have a few girlfriends that will get drunk and just send me naked pictures just to be like, look how hot I am. I have some of those friends.
Look at my boobs.
Oh, yeah.
Look at my boobs, Sarah.
Exactly. Yeah, they're very nice, so
Don't
I
flag that.
appreciate it. And for me, I have friends who, like the same sex, and they'll send me pictures. And I mean, I don't really send pictures. I send pictures to J-Rubs. I don't really send my pictures out. But
Oh, you don't send their pictures to J-Rub, so do you?
no.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. If my friends are sending me nudes and I think it's hot, I'll totally show J-Rubs.
Oh, would they be okay knowing that?
Oh, they know now.
Oh. And Vicky, stop sending naked pictures to Sarah.
See, this is why
Jordan.
I just show it to her. I
Yeah.
don't send them to Sarah because it's Sarah. She will have a way to like accidentally blow the cover. She's just like you with spoilers.
She puts them on her Instagram story, or now her with the fleet on Twitter. The new
So
Twitter stories.
This is when people go, there's really no differences between people in life. I don't know men that do this at all. For the most part.
No, we send pictures of poop to each other.
Yeah, that's even weirder to me.
Oh, I agree, Sarah. I'm 100% behind you on that.
Only the closest friends. I don't send that to I wouldn't send that to someone that I just kind of know.
You are no longer my close friend if you send me a picture.
I would not. I would never.
Yeah.
Man, there's part of me that would love to, but no.
Yeah, right.
Maybe accidentally send one to me.
No, it would be
BJ. That was for Munson.
I got news for you. I'm letting everybody know if you want to start this, I will end it with the pictures that I will send to everybody in your family.
No, trust me.
Yeah,
There comes a moment where even with some of my friends where we're like, bro, you went too far with this one. Like, I don't need to see a video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, the picture is funny enough as it is, especially on Snapchat. It's kind of like there and it's gone.
Yeah.
So
luckily
put a
for
fun
me-
filter on it.
A little face.
Luckily for me, I've established myself with everybody that I know. I go, look, you know me. Do not cross the line.
Right.
You will regret it.
Yeah, I would never once think to send you a Duke pic.
Yeah, because I have no, even pictures. Once in a while, like I've had to have a conversation with a certain Ryan Castle because he likes to send me sometimes his dog dookie pics. And I've said, hey, Ryan, I know you're the drunk in charge and we're good friends. Do you want to start this?
Mm-hmm.
Because it won't just be you. I will find out every relative in your family and they will get pictures. Do you want to do this? And he's like, dude, do you want? I'm just saying, let me know because this is what you think is fun. What I think is fun is that. And it's like, all right, we're not going to mess with you anymore. You're a crazy person.
Yeah, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
But I just sent my Aunt Gladys a picture of his poop.
Yeah.
He doesn't even know her.
Because I hate that stuff. And I go, look, I get
How
you
do you
guys
have
love
all
it.
of Ryan's family's information to get them?
Well, if you're a crazy person, you can pretend you have information. You just give them the eyes and go, do you want to try?
Yeah,
and you're
right.
like,
You don't want to call that bluff.
You just don't want to call that bluff because then I will
You'd
find
probably
out.
hire an FBI agent.
I would. I go, where is Steve's Aunt Gladys? I need to find her, and she needs to see my poop.
Well, BJ, here's her number.
All right, here we go.
So not weird then, but this guy shouldn't be concerned.
No, not at all.
I don't think so.
But I can see how a guy would think this way because when we get naked pictures, we are sexually happy to get them. And we also know now in this day and age that anybody can be attracted to anybody. So that's where we would go, well, I mean, if you're seeing naked pictures, I don't know if that's appropriate.
That is true. Thinking if J-Rubs was sending naked pictures of himself to his friends, that would be a little weird for me.
That'd be hilarious.
I don't know. It's a very hypocritical to be like, well, I can do it, but but I don't know.
Would there be a difference? How do I ask this? But would there be a difference if J-Rub's just sending a picture naked where it's just like, haha, look at me, or other pictures where it's like, haha, I could hold a towel without my hands? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it would both be weird.
Both?
I mean, if it was his front stuff, that would be weird. Maybe like if it was a funny haha, like I'm mooning you picture, that would be different. But like if it was like all his goods, sending it to his dude friends.
because we used to do that in the hockey locker room. We would text one of our buddies, and one of us would kind of like, we're sending a picture that looks very innocent, like maybe, well, hey, cheers, we're having beers, but then like I'm in the distant background just standing there buck naked. So like it's kind of in the corner, and I'm just standing there very proud. Like those kind of pictures exist in our hockey group.
Okay, that's funny because it's like, do you notice me? Do you not notice me?
It's like,
type of
where's
thing.
Waldo?
Yeah, but if it was like this is purposely
Where's
just
Balbo?
for you.
I am so happy that I'm not part of these groups.
Because it's great, because at first I'll be like, dude, yeah, cheers. And then like 10 minutes later you get a text like, that Meg's naked in the far left corner.
I already double tapped and loved that photo. Oh, well.
It's a gift that keeps on giving there.
Yeah.
Zoom in.
Nice. All right, so at least the texter feels good about their life.
And a lot of texters want to know if any of those friends are single.
Yes, actually.
All right, there we go.
She is
win a date
single.
with Sarah's friend.
Really, really trying to mingle because she got dumped. So,
Oh,
yeah.
So she's got a little thirst issue.
Oh, she's very thirsty.
How did she get dumped?
The coronavirus started, and
He blamed the coronavirus on the dump?
Yeah, pretty much.
This guy's a genius.
Over the phone, dumped her, was like, I'm not going to see you during all this, and then moved to Denmark.
Oh, wow.
Dude.
That's talk about trying to get away from somebody.
I know.
Well, at least she doesn't have to worry about running into him anywhere.
No.
That's very true. But she doesn't get closure either, ever.
So what's in Denmark that made him go to...
His dad lives there.
Wow, that's an aggressive dumping.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now she is looking for some loving.
All right.
I wonder how many people got dumped during COVID.
Probably a lot.
Really?
It's a great It's a great excuse.
But what's the excuse? I can't see you, and
so what's the
nobody else?
point? Yeah,
okay.
I can't see you, so what's the point? I kind of don't like you anyway.
Or one wants to meet up, and you're like, yo, I don't trust you.
Exactly,
and then
yeah.
It all falls apart.
Yep. And then the girls get emotional, like, why aren't you going to see me? It's such a hard time. And the guy's like, dude, this is too much for me. I'm
Peace,
out forever.
yeah. I am done. Here, just send me naked pictures of your friends.
Pretty much.
I don't think that's how breakups work, BJ.
Oh, that's not how it goes.
Who knows? Maybe.
I've been out of the game so long, I really don't know. 206
when you say stuff like that, I don't know if you ever were in the game.
You weren't.
No, I wasn't in the game. That's true. I think my son proves that, you know what, he's inherited my skills.
Oh, Joe.
Well, we've had these conversations. I mean, if he's making things happen, good for him, but I get reports.
I bet he's got it's like a revolving door, and we just don't know.
If you believe, Sarah does not believe that's the case.
I would love one day Joe to just come in here and be like, hey, you're going to be Auntie Sarah because I got some bitch pregnant. Like, that would be amazing.
No, I don't want that.
That's what I want.
And I hope he says it that way.
Good. Then you support that child because you know he's going to come to Dad and go, Dad, look, I can't take care of this kid.
And then you're going to toss him over to me. It's like, here you go, Vicky.
You know how to raise children.
Well, if you'll adopt him, yes, I'll toss him right over to you. Your family seems to adopt anybody. I'm trying to get you to adopt Sarah right now. So I got my house
they don't
back.
Want me.
All right. It's Listeners on the Loose. You pick the topic. You guide the show. 206-421-ROCK. Text us at 77999.
Earlier we were talking about keeping things from your family members, not telling them all the things that are going on in your life so you don't have to deal with the headache. Someone says, I didn't tell my parents that I got divorced until the ink was dry.
Yeah, I can see that in some way, shape, or form if your parents are a pain in the neck and not supportive.
Or if they want to get involved in it and you're like, this is just too ugly as it is. I don't need more parties involved in this mess that is our divorce.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of shame, and that's the tough part. I don't know if they paid for part of the wedding. It's tough on people when, it's supposed to be forever. There's a lot of pressure going into a marriage, a lot of pressure in a marriage. It's too bad because I think a lot of people feel like this dude.
How about this person? I'm 37, and I don't tell my mom I'm a sex worker on the side.
Ooh,
LOL.
Well. She didn't say to tell, whoever this is didn't say they didn't tell
or he. It could be a guy, sex worker.
And they didn't say they didn't tell their dad. They said they just didn't tell their mom. So does Dad know about this?
Dad subscribes to my OnlyFans.
Yeah. Oh, hope Dad doesn't find out. Yeah, right?
Well, Dad's my business manager. Who do you think sets everything up and runs the equipment, right?
Oh, jeez, that got weird quick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they didn't mention both. I'm just thinking.
Maybe there's no dad in the picture, man.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, maybe Dad's dead.
I've always wondered, Sarah, would you tell your parents? Because I know you're pretty open about things, but at the same time...
if you became a stripper?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have to.
She would.
I really wanted to work at a strip club when I turned 18.
As a dancer or as a waitress?
Well, as a waitress.
It's a gateway drug.
That's what everyone said. But my parents were so on board. My mom was like, all right, yeah, see the industry, see what you like, but they will probably want you to become a dancer.
At some point.
At some point, yeah.
That was the secret
or at
to
least
Sarah.
they broached the issue with you, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Here's a little parenting tip. When your kid comes up with these ridiculous ideas, say yes, because then they'll eventually realize, wow, I was hoping they'd say no so I could fight with them. Now I'm going to have to go through with this, and then they end up not doing it.
Well, I did have
I'd
a
say
stripper
yes,
pole.
I bet your father's going to get a job with you there.
Yeah, you had a stripper pole. That's fine.
So, it's getting closer to it.
No,
but
it
then
wasn't.
I had some friends who were a waitress there, and then it did proceed into stripping, and now it's all these things. So
yeah,
I'm glad I didn't. But if I did have sex, like an OnlyFans or something, I would probably tell my mom and dad for sure.
Yeah. Would you run it by them for permission or just tell them that you're doing it?
No, I would tell them I was doing it.
Oh, yeah, she's old enough to do whatever she wants now. I don't care what she does, especially if she's making money.
Yeah, see, exactly. Thank you.
Seriously, my kid hasn't made money. Really, who's made? I mean, it's my money. I mean,
so you're cool with it. This is on the record. You're cool with it.
It's BJ Pimp Daddy over here.
Well, when you're basically supporting a kid for how many years, you're like, look, whatever. Can you make your own dime, kid? Jeez, I'm not going to be around forever.
All right, good to
As
know.
long as it's legal, that's all I care about.
Exactly.
All right, here's a question for
You
you.
ain't getting any younger, and I ain't going to be around forever.
That's pretty much the story. Here's a question for you. This is a big question. Forget all this other stuff we talked about. We have to find out what Ryan Castle and Viagra have in common, okay? That's the important question. I'm going to tell you that answer at 9:49 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW. And now, the Ryan Castle question of the day.
What do Ryan Castle and Viagra have in common?
I am currently standing up.
Yeah. Yeah, he is.
Oh, Migs has a hard time dealing with both.
Oh, I get it.
I get it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Or maybe he doesn't have a hard time dealing with both. I don't know.
And that's why he has the Viagra.
Yeah, it could go either way, really.
Both last about 4 hours from Adam and Everett.
Oh, yep, that's about right.
After that, you got to call the doctor.
That's true.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Pfizer may have a new COVID vaccine that people are excited about, but until we get to that, they're still known as the Viagra people. And how about Spike Lee is going to make a movie musical about it? It's called All Rise, the untold story of the guys who launched Viagra.
I saw this story. That is so weird. Like, what an odd combination. Viagra, musical, Spike Lee.
Yeah. Like, if it was Matt and Trey from South Park, I'd be totally in. Because I think it would be awesome, like the Book of Mormon. But this does not appeal to me.
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know why Spike has decided this is going to be what he wants to do. But I guess he feels like, it's worth a documentary, maybe? I mean, maybe he's being serious. I don't know.
Is this a serious musical?
I mean, I don't know what the hell he's doing.
I kind of would
having a hard time with it.
Yeah.
Hey. Ryan
It's stiff business out there for Broadway.
Ryan Castle. What he does have is a 12-pack, and that's next.
BJ and Migs play of the day.
I wasn't banned. It was my buddy, but it was awesome because I remember back in the 20s and we went to a certain gentleman's club. And as we walk up, they're like, you can come in, but your friend can't. Thinking, man, what the hell happened? Why weren't we banned? He goes, I was once kicked out of here. I didn't realize they'd remember me. I was like, well, what did you do? He goes, I got some lap dances and then said I had to go to the bathroom and left. I was like, okay, well, yeah.
Wow.
That's not how you do things, man.
Yeah.
Oh, the old grind and dash.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. Here's another question from a listener. If I file for bankruptcy, do I have to appear in court? That makes me nervous.
Going to court is never something that's easy to do. However, when you file bankruptcy, you usually only have to attend one hearing at the courthouse. Of course, I'll be there with you. And when you go to court, it's not before the judge. It's actually with the trustee or the trustee's attorney. One of the things that's critical in a bankruptcy is that you give your attorney and the court all of your information. You list all of your assets and all of your creditors. That's what we're trading for your discharge, is your true and honest disclosure of your assets and liabilities. And so the court hearing is just usually about a 5-minute deal where you show up and reaffirm and swear that all the information you've given the court and your attorney is correct.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Want to elevate your portfolio beyond stocks and bonds, but not sure where to look? Equity Multiple brings you an unparalleled wealth generation ecosystem built on diversified real estate investments. With Equity Multiple, you can access commercial real estate, the preferred asset class of institutional investors. And you can get started with just $5K in a matter of minutes. Visit equitymultiple.com/boost and earn an enhanced return on your first investment.